Welcome, everyone, to the 13th episode of Gettin Up On Sunday. Today is July 13th, 2014. I'm your host, Julian Quinones, and we got some good music, independent hip-hop music, as always. As far as Canadian music, we only got Mike Boyd. We're going to be playing that stuff at the end. We also got music from Speak, Epidemic, Bishop Nehru, and MF Doom. And, of course, an interview, as always. We got an interview with 7evenThirty and Gensu Dean, who are mellow music group artists that have just released a project together. So that's really exciting. And, some instrumental stuff, too, that we're going to play from an independent, I guess, hip-hop label from Austria. So we're going to get into that, some really cool stuff. Anyways, let's start things off with Speak. He's a hip-hop artist based out of LA who is known for his energetic and comical demeanor, abnormal style of dress, and above all, his infectious rap flow. Personally, that's what I'm speaking of. I really like his flow and his voice, really gravitating. He has claimed to be a ghostwriter also, for many years, and he actually wrote that song called Gucci Gucci by Krayshawn, which personally I fucking hated, but it became a really real success. And apparently Speak didn't see any of the royalties from that. Now, this came out in 2011. I don't know what has changed since then as far as the royalties and whether he got paid or not. But last I heard was that he got screwed over on the deal. Now, my problem with that story is that if you're a ghostwriter, why are you saying that you ghostwrote a song? That defeats the whole purpose of ghostwriting, doesn't it? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Nonetheless, Speak has released a brand new EP. It's a 7-track EP called Summertime Radness, which features production by a New Jersey beatmaker named Stone Zoo. And the the EP came out pretty good. The sound quality is kind of lacking. It could have done with the use of mastering and just proper recording, but the content is good. So we're going to listen to some music from that. The first song that I'm going to play is called Crumbs. So let's check that out.
That best in the world, that hair got shit, easy fucking money. Weed crumbs in my MacBook, bitches in my black book. Good for the head, but they gotta go, they can't cook. Little cochina, she ganase mi cocina. I think her name's Sabrina, she might be a ballerina. Shots of that tequila, now she call me Maravilla. With tattoos on her face, trying to be like Pata Fria. I parked her like a Kia, rode that pussy like a Porsche. Of course, she sucking dick until her voice is hoarse. Now that is when I gallop, oysters in the scallops. But you were on that little shrimp scampi and them salads, My hair is bigger than a Bon Jovi palette. I'm stepping foot in any hood, they tell me that I'm valid. They tell me that your boy bobbing, weaving like you Floyd. You smoking like a fiend, lurking in the shadows, paranoid. That ain't my business, Lord, can I get a witness? My future baby mama got the fitness of a gymnast. She doing yoga, love them crystals and the Maharishi, but still she super freaky. Fuck me in that Mitsubishi. My crown chakra on another world, you couldn't reach me. Word to corn, life is peachy, speaky, rapping, beastie. I've been crunk, polo horses on my swim trunks. This shit is easy, where my chopsticks, where my dim sum. I feel like Big Pun, I feel like Big Van Vader on a hater, but I make it out to Seder. My boots are alligator, my grin is crocodile. God bless the USA, my style Colonel Guile.
You are listening to Gettin Up On Sunday. Visit us at gettinup.com, and that's gettin-up.com.
I'ma get this money till I'm dead and fucking buried. Even death ain't gonna stop me hopping out the cemetery. I woke up in the morning like, damn it, you the man. God damn it, you the man. God damn it, you the man. And I'ma get this money like I'm playing for Madrid. Cristiano's on my feet, a couple baddies at the crib. I woke up in the morning like, damn it, you the man. God damn it, you the man. God damn it, you the man. My Uber pulling up, he had to drive, I'm drunk as fuck. Pardon me, I'm stumbling, them voices yelling, turn it up, turn me down, smoking loud, turn me on or turn me round. A thundercloud appears, so when I think, of course I thought we'll drown. I reigned for 40 days and I ruled for 40 nights. Boosted with them 40 thieves and slept around with 40 wives. Only those fake and phony people live important lives are cool forever. Lasting gobstopper, we don't have to try shit. If I have to die, I beg you, build my statue in the center of the city, so it's looking right back at you when you dream. Teacher said I was so strange when I was young, cause I marched to my own drum and I never bit my tongue. Don't be sorry for that shit you say, they gon' hate you anyway. And pick apart your pockets till the day you lay inside your grave. My coffin made of glass, tell the world to kiss my ass. Nothing lasts forever, so we get it fast. And I'ma get this money till I'm dead and fucking buried. Even death ain't gonna stop me hopping out the cemetery. I woke up in the morning like, damn it, you the man. God damn it, you the man. God damn it, you the man. And I'ma get this money like I'm playing for Madrid. Cristiano's on my feet, a couple baddies at the crib. I woke up in the morning like, damn it, you the man. God damn it, you the man. God damn it, you the man. Hold up, why these fuckers looking at me like I stole something? I must be clairvoyant, so in tune I know something. My frequency and signal changes with those lunar phases. I close my eyes and draw my pistol, then take 20 paces. I'm chasing all my bourbon with a smaller shot of burden. I'm talking to myself but couldn't even get a word in. I see her naked silhouette, she dancing in the curtain. Besides myself, she probably has to be my favorite person. I know she working with a client at the crib. Cristiano's on my feet, she tryna get it how she live. She tryna get it how she live. My baby get it how she live.
Alright, so that was some brand new music from Speak and his latest EP, Summertime Radness, produced by Stone Zoo. Second song that I played is called Casket, and it's actually the opening track from the project. You can follow Speak on Twitter, @Speaks, and that's Speaks with a Z at the end. You can follow Stone Zoo on SoundCloud.com/StonedZoo. So let's move along to some brand new music from Epidemic. This is my first time hearing about this duo. Basically, they're a duo based out of South Florida, made up of rappers Hex One and Technician. The duo has been releasing music independently since 2011, I believe. They've got a lot of stuff on iTunes, so you can just look up Epidemic and their music will pop up. They linked up with Fashawn and Johaz of Dag Savage, who are both LA-based rappers, to release this a brand new EP called The Solution, which is going to be coming out on August 4th, 2014. Really, I'm stuttering like a motherfucker. Anyways, yeah, they released a video. The video's kind of weird because I don't think they shot it specifically for the song. They just took clips from other videos and put it together, which to me is kind of odd because there's like the what do you call it? The lip syncing doesn't actually sync together. So just kind of weird. Nonetheless, the song's really good. Again, it's called Dreamers, featuring Fashawn. So let's check that out.
Yeah, I've been struggling lately. The way it appears that I be hustling daily. I'm making money off this rap career, but nothing crazy. It doesn't change me, even when the song is buzzing pays me. It don't compare to what a couple years of suffering made me. I'm touching fame slowly, but I've been studying my lane closely. Here to gain control of what this game owes me. It can't hold me. My chains broke with pain strokes and stains show me, yo, the major labor ways for slaves only. So why did I decide to do it all myself, player? I'd rather rot in the grave than a self slayer. If one of these snobby users offer you, that's well paid. These zombie losers probably would go Hollywood like LA's. I navigated hell's 12 layers and put the spell on the frail but fails on these verbal shell sprayers. If commercial sales players, then let it be how it is. But kids don't even know who P-Rock is. You only matter if your beat got hits. If your feet got kicks, your heat got clips, the street got breaks. Repeat y'all pricks. On the net, y'all saying that we lack emotion. Music's the only way we make it past emotions. You figure it out, kid. I'm trying to make it off the flow in the beat. I'm a dope fiend with bold dreams but nowhere to sleep. I'm a prisoner to my ambitions. A fly visitor from higher distance. My eyes glisten with a pious vision, and that's to make it off a flow in the beat. Just a dope fiend with bold dreams but nowhere to sleep. I'm a prisoner to my ambitions. A fly visitor from higher distance. My eyes glisten with a pious vision.
Correctional facility for kings and queens. Dreams, fuck a crown, I'd rather you give me the keys. Breathe with the heart of a lion. To the industry, I'm sort of a tyrant. Till the day they mourning your highness. Minute I recorded the soundless. Since a little nigga was known as a giant. Through the stone at Goliath. Name biblical, game critical, same criminal. Not the one that the flames listen to. Gang General F. Wanna sow the salute. I let the truth float at the booth. Casting over cozy in the coop. Cooling as usual. Conquering newer grounds. You had to line them up. I had to shoot them down. Clown niggas should work for Barnum and Bailey's. Sean's a short shot. You more of a maybe. Maybe I'm even deeper than the abyss. And my shit guaranteed to blow a speaker when it hit.
I'm trying to make it off the flow and the beat. I'm a dope fiend with bold dreams but nowhere to sleep. I'm a prisoner to my ambitions, a fly visitor from higher distance. My eyes glisten with a pious vision, and that's to make it off the flow and the beat. Just a dope fiend with bold dreams but nowhere to sleep. I'm a prisoner to my ambitions, a fly visitor from higher distance. My eyes glisten with a pious vision.
Swallow the bass till it buries the drums. Try a sample, how does it taste? I'm as rare as it comes. Hit the track and tie with a race, don't compare me to none. Normal standards but legendary to some. An arrogant one to get this profit off a bigger cake. My work ethic ain't for granted, I was granted this anticipatory. You got the game twisted, nigga, I don't twist for betas. Common sense, even these simple bitches got expensive taste. But when I'm on, we should hold a celebration. Pop this bottle with Donna, have a toast to salutation. Get his opening speech that I wrote for presentation. And shorty can hit the poll like a voter's registration tonight. Truth be told, I want the finest in between. Stand in front of my rivals, ride or die by any means. I promise to hold my title, my alliance is supreme. My belters like my disciples, in this Bible I'm the king. I'm the king. And when it's all said and done, I don't see the rest. My DNA was bred for the blood just to be the best. In other words, I'm a seasoned vet. As long as it's air in my lungs, I'ma breathe success, we the best.
I'm trying to make it off the flow and the beat. I'm a dope fiend with bold dreams but nowhere to sleep. I'm a prisoner to my ambitions, a fly visitor from higher distance. My eyes glisten with a pious vision, and that's to make it off the flow and the beat. Just a dope fiend with bold dreams but nowhere to sleep. I'm a prisoner to my ambitions, a fly visitor from higher distance. My eyes glisten with a pious vision. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You are listening to Gettin Up on Sunday.
Yeah, I dedicate this to the globe, to religious monsters rocking the robe, from villages to interstate workers blocking the road, prophets and hoes to cops and robbers cocking they foes, dropping the blows that got the Asians locking they stoves. Yo, this for the rhythm seeds is rocking they shows, Monopoly Joes riding on yachts and copping they clothes, for grandmothers with the pot in they stove, for the rosters and droves and crazy thugs who love stomping they foes. This for the money makers and them haters clocking they flows, for the common folk that's living off the crop when it grows, for the snitches who be knocking they bros, coffins that lock when they close, and fiends with that crack rocking they nose, for loops and spins, for working niggas in shoes and Timbs, for carjackers that cruising Benzes with boosted rims, for losing ends and choosing sin for producing gems, for goons and pimps and battered Africans losing limbs, and ragged Jews, the backs of used children that's badly bruised, to abused women that choose living with family feuds. It doesn't matter what's your focal point, yo, this joint let you know this shit is global. Word, son. Word, son.
In this world where currency rules, it's called looking at a lot of people.
We all got a purpose, man. Don't ever let no one tell you that you ain't worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm dedicating this song to you and everyone else like you and everyone else like me that got a dream. You know what I'm saying?
I dedicate this to the families, the broken homes that never had a plan B. The flourished vigilante to the tourists on the taxi, the inner city urbans to the workers in the alley, to the lives that's dedicated to a world that isn't happy. I appreciate your time given. Mothers with 5 children, a son with this pride without his father on the side with him. The drive given to the God doing time bidding. Major cities to small towns with fortified buildings. The people running all the labels trying to play me, who wanna take control of me and try to mold and clay me. The old and great degrades our generation doesn't faze me. Shout out to all the classy chicks that's faithful on the daily. You deserve it, even though my people isn't perfect. The wisdom we interpret from the system makes it worth it. I pray you don't forget your purpose. It's all love, those the only perfect words to word it.
So check it out and listen to the words. Let that real shit surface.
Get yours, cause I'ma get small, word is on. Get yours, cause I'ma get small, word is on.
Word, son, just for all my peoples out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, hold on for a second. I got some more shit. I dedicate this to the bomb dukes, politicians pushing divine truth, and blind troops in the desert stressing to find proof. Rebellious thugs who be selling tubs of the fine fruit, tapping swine spook with the metal slugs of the 9 shoots. My verbal glocks will leave your block struck. I keep it rocking for the prophets who got popped and never got up, for those who got locked, juveniles caught but never brought up, in places full of fugitives where funerals get shot up. Yeah. Yo, I'ma cut that shit right there, son. Yeah, fuck it. We keep it live in the 9-5. 4.
So there you have it, people. That was some brand new music from Epidemic, the South Florida hip-hop duo. They're going to be releasing an EP called The Solution on August 4th, 2014. The second song that I played is called Universal, and that's actually from their album Something for the Listeners, which came out in 2013, just last year. And you can find them at MicTheoryRecords.com. That's MicTheoryRecords.com. Now, I want to speak about Grooveshark, this online radio thing that I'm constantly playing, basically, and broadcasting. Basically, it's a place where you can go and listen to music for free. On there, I have a station called, a broadcast called All Indie Hip Hop. So you can find that. Just go to grooveshark.com/gettinup.com. That's gettinup, DOTCOM. And on there, basically, it's just a broadcast that plays pretty much 24/7. It's all independent hip hop music that I play, stuff that spans from 20 years ago till now. Everything from Murs to Atmosphere to Intuition. Who are new guys that I've added? Sean P, Buckshot, Watsky, just a bunch of names from all over the place that fall under the umbrella of independent hip hop music. And you can listen to it. It's a nonstop stream. So again, that's grooveshark.com/gettinup.com, gettinup, DOTCOM, and it's called All Indie Hip Hop. But moving on, let's get into some music from Bishop Nehru. This guy's a 17-year-old rapper from New York who has been releasing music since 2012. That's when he dropped a mixtape called Neruvia, which featured classic beats from producers like Madlib, Premier, and Jay Dilla. Since then, he has gained plenty of notoriety and even caught the attention of underground hip-hop icon MF Doom. In 2013, it was announced that Doom and Bishop would actually collaborate on a project together. That project is actually starting to see the light of day, and it's a project called Neruvian Doom. This past week, they just released the first single from that project. It's called Darkness. So let's take a listen to that track.
Cruel world, all I'm seeing is darkness. 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 Cruel world, all I'm seeing is darkness.
How about you? How about you? I'm seeing things clear now. How about you? How about you? How about you? I'm seeing things clear now. How about you? How about you? How about you? I'm finally seeing things from a clear-eyed view. How about you? How about you? I'm seeing things clear now. How about you? This life is like a mystery. Look how the world sent to me. Today I'm in the industry. Next I'm ending history. Physically won't allow it. My mental is not a coward. Still thoughts are devoured. Worry about him. Now's the hour. Getting showered in this bad news. Bombings and cap schools. Need capsules for my brain strain. That's the pad's root. I express the stress that infests my chest. Is best. The next step is a rope is necklace. That's suicide aside. I got pride in mind and a pretty bright future. Guess it's time to grind. My shine getting impressive. Though I'm still selective with who I let give me hard time than who I let live. This world is full of mischief and bodies trying slick tricks. Moving thick bricks is not the only way to get rich. You gotta learn to think or you'll fail. Then there goes another statistic, dead or in jail. Let's prevail. How about you? How about you? I'm seeing things clear now. How about you? How about you? How about you? I'm seeing things clear now. How about you? How about you? How about you? I'm finally seeing things from a clear-eyed view. How about you? How about you? I'm seeing things clear now. How about you?
Cruel world, all I'm seeing is darkness. 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 Cruel world, all I'm seeing is darkness.
Simply an old soul, villain illin', killing with these flows. Know I can blow, impose, and you're gonna get disposed. Expose those who pose, living hopeless, no hope for those jokes. Still I try to hold they no soul. Sorrow won't drown them, crowds will never clown them. A lot of these laws open jaws when you're brown skin. The cat to your chest and your complex is honest, your conscience. Said the God following you is lost it. Your aunt just got 20 years, it ain't fair, cause she pulled a gun out, but she shot it in the air. Let's prepare for all sorts of courses life offers. Think before you walk this land of cold forces. They want us on porches and want us to forfeit. Luckily we ignored it and still found all of this. wonderful life and light too. I got a clear view, but how about you? How about you? You? How about you? You? I'm seeing things clear now. How about you? You? How about you? You? How about you? You? I'm seeing things clear now. How about you? You? How about you? You? How about you? You? I'm finally seeing things from a clear-eyed view. View. How about you? You? How about you? You? I'm seeing things clear now. How about you? You? How about you?
Currently listening to Gettin Up on Sunday. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at gettinup.com. That's at gettinup, DOTCOM.
The master of the 16 bars in, leaving rappers starving. Sickening punchlines, leave them salty like almonds. Join your non-lip, showing love, people on him. Hold applause in, to whap to let the bars in. Till you're noggin, this rap game I'm conquering. 616s left teens fleeing from the market. Got styles that spark the mind and brain. The lines I'm saying insane, yours are none. They plain like what you saying. Spat past you, you hardly saying. Departing lane and staying in the sharpest lanes. I'm often slaying others that recorded made it too coordinated to fall. I'm favorite to so many people now, and I'm greeting thousands. I'm making sounds when I'm in your town. Clouds should bow down, get off the mound. I haunt the foul, go launch the town. The crew is now, nigga. With Bishop on the mic, no we wreck it. I'm aiming for the top, non-stop, gotta respect it. The Ruby is getting larger by the second. You best invest in protection. Wanna lead the weapon, you stressing. Wanna lead the weapon, I pass your projection. Wanna lead the weapon, you stressing. Wanna lead the weapon, I pass your projection. Getting cream and exposure, reaching my dreams, they seem closer. I hope to keep composure on this coaster. Life's lyrical holder, I coach it like I'm supposed to. Sit to take over the solar, don't me disclosure. I show you who the illest is. Spitting these sentences, straight wickedness. For your domes, homes, you should get with this. Can't pick at this, so they picking this. Others picking fits, sitting pissed, cause they getting this. Me, I'm flipping scripts, my chips are all in. Other MCs falling, from ballin' to ballin' in tears. Now they callin' my name out loud, cause my sound ain't found very often. And I'm tossing rapper portions, nearly lost in life's exhausted. Often forced coughing, but never seeing coffins. MCs can't offer, I'm better than awesome. Leaving enemies screaming, no, it's him. They clawing him, him meaning me, I'm causing all hymns. With Bishop on the mic, no we wreck it. I'm aiming for the top, non-stop, gotta respect it. The Ruby is getting larger by the second. You best invest in protection. Wanna lead the weapon, you stressing. Wanna lead the weapon, I pass your projection. Wanna lead the weapon, you stressing. Wanna lead the weapon, I pass your projection. Let him in. Fall back.
All right, so that was some brand new music from the New York-based 17-year-old rapper Bishop Nehru. First song that I played again is called Darkness, and that's from the collaborative project with MF Doom called Nehruvian Doom. Second song is called You Stressin', which is a one-off single that he released a few months ago, and it's available on iTunes. There's a really cool music video for that, so definitely check that out. Follow or find Bishop Nehru on soundcloud.com/Bishop Nehru, and Nehru is spelled Nehru. I sounded like a fucking robot there. Nehru. But anyways, let's move on to some more music. We got some music from an Austrian indie label called Duzz Down San. This label is made up of an eclectic mix of artists and producers who don't necessarily like to fall into a particular genre or a category, but if you're a fan of hip hop music, then you're definitely gonna, find some appealing sounds in this compilation album that I'm gonna talk about. It's a compilation album called Duzz Up Volume 7. That's DUZZUP Volume 7. And basically, it's a compilation album, like I said, made up of all these sorts of different producers, and it's an instrumental project, basically. So yeah, it's really dope. I'm not even gonna bother mentioning the tracks because it's an Austrian, and I'm just gonna butcher the shit out of them. But I'm gonna play 2 tracks from this project. Again, it's called Duzz Up Volume 7, and let's take a listen. You are listening to Gettin Up On Sunday. Download the podcast every week at soundcloud.com/gettin-up and follow us while you're at it. All right, so there you have it. That was some brand new music from the Austrian indie label Duzz Down San and their latest compilation album called Duzz Up Volume 7. And anyways, it's a 24-track instrumental album, compilation album, that you can get for free on their Bandcamp page. And you can just visit dustdownsan.net and find all their stuff there. But anyways, let's get into today's interview. It's an interview with 7evenThirty, who is a Mississippi-based MC producer that released an album called Heaven's Computer in 2012, and he released that through Mellow Music Group. Since then, he has joined forces with traditionalist hip-hop producer Gensu to release a collaborative project titled The Problem. I had the chance to speak to both of these artists, actually, so let's take a listen to this interview. What can you tell me about this project? I mean, you guys just released a single with Sean P. How did that whole thing come together?
It's pretty crazy. The beat, the way that beat came together is sort of the beginning of that story. Dean and I were at his house one day. We were going through records, which Dean normally does not do. He normally kind of works alone, solo dolo, and then you'll hear an arsenal of tracks later on, and it was kind of cool because I had the privilege of being in the lab with him, and we were just going through records, going through samples that hadn't even been touched yet, and we came across this one kind of eerie sort of sample, and we were just messing around with an idea of it, and it actually became just like one of my favorite beats on the album, and Dean and I had actually written a whole hook to that track, and we rewrote it, and it never really just came together all the way for us. And then I was like, you know what, we don't need no hook, and I actually wrote that hook as a non-hook, as a sort of anti-hook.
Yeah.
And then later on, when we had the verses together, we realized that the entire project didn't really have any features, and we wanted at least one really good one. And it's like, what about P? What about Sean P? Let's reach out to him. And he got excited about it. Sean got excited when he heard the track and heard the verse and agreed to do it, and the rest just kind of came together.
Yeah, for sure. And Dean, how would you describe your overall approach as far as the production on this album, The Problem?
Well, I would say it is merely, and not to polish it down, but it is merely another chamber. Like a lot of people, and I guess this is just a human reaction or human behavior, people like to put you in boxes. Like for me, it is, Gensu, my brand, I represent what I call the Jedi way of life. I still dig for vinyl. I don't sample from MP3s or CDs. I still go out digging. I still use analog gear. And so people tend to peg you as, oh, okay, well, he's a traditionalist boom bap kind of dude. And I'm not.
Yeah.
I grew up, my roots are in Mississippi. My parents, I'm from basically Mississippi. But I grew up in the military, so I'm from everywhere. I've lived in several states and countries, and so I pull from those regions musically, and I'm inspired by growing up in those diverse cultures and environments. And so when I create music, although boom bap is my common denominator, I have many other chambers, and so when I set out to do The Problem, I knew 7evenThirty had the skill to rhyme over any kind of crazy, quirky, weirdo beat that I threw at him. So, working with him, I was able to expose another side of me, another chamber. And same for him. I didn't want people to only peg him to be the
space rapper,
the safe
future boy.
Yeah, which his first album was a concept album, and so I wanted to steer away from that as well. And so, man, I tried to grab the most awkward, offbeat, weird sample that I could to challenge him. And although I knew he would smash it, and so there's a lot of that on this album. We even have a record, Foot on the Ground. It's titled Foot on the Ground. I want to say it's like 127 BPM. Like I could never give that record to, you know, say my man Yarbrough, who's an artist that I work with, or give, you know, something weird like that to like a Planet Asia. You know, every artist has their sweet spot. And so, in short, and not to be long-winded, but to answer your question, I set out to create the most weird, offbeat, really weirdo musical soundscape, but still keep it rooted in what, you know, what I do, which is, you know, raw hip-hop.
For sure. Yeah, that's cool. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing the production on that. And now, you mentioned 7:30, you mentioned the space rapper thing, and I did come across a quote that describes your sound as hardcore space gangsta music. Is that something you're trying to stay away from now, or how do you feel about that title?
At that time, it was very purposely put out that way. At that time, you know, the idea was Heaven's Computer, and before that, there was Rhyme Traveling, and before that, there was Star, which was my first independent project. So I've done a few projects with that theme, but at the time, that was, as Dean would put it, the chamber I was in. I'm a Gemini, so there's many different sides. And at that time, that was the campaign. Now with the new material, I am purposefully staying away from that. Yeah, you could say that because I am trying to express, you know, the other twin, the other side of the Gemini. So there's different sides, and what's awesome about The Problem is that it's not a concept record. There's no aliens. There's no DeLoreans. You know, there's no magic tricks, no frills. It's just beats and rhymes. It's literally just beats and raps, and it's just bars and stories, and it's just beats and raps, and with it being stripped down that simple, no special effects, no skits like Heaven's Computer did. I mean, the skits and the special effects were meant for that concept.
Now, I'm going to take a complete left turn here. 7:30, your name is very eye-catching, especially when written out. How did you come up with the name?
I was at a friend of mine's house, and we would get together and write rhymes. We actually had like a little duo. His name is Jack City, one of my best friends from back home in Jackson. And we were writing rhymes, going back and forth. We were the only... Some of the only people that I worked with, him and a couple of other people from my old crew, would actually go back and forth writing rhymes and sparring, and we just had good chemistry. And I wrote some crazy line, I forgot what it was, and he was like, "Oh man, you 7:30, man." And at the time, I had never heard the term. He was like, "Oh man, you 7:30, man, you 7:30," and I'm like, "What's that? What's 7:30?" And he said, he reminded me of a lyric that Big L, rest in peace. Big L had a line in the song Ebonics, and he was like, "If you 7:30, that mean you crazy. Hit me on the hit means page, man." I'm like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Man, you crazy, man. You 7:30." I'm like, "Man, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that."
Yeah, definitely a really cool name. And just to wrap things up, I gotta ask you, because I'm gonna be playing 2 songs from the album when it comes out. So I'm gonna ask you if you could pick one song from the project. I guess your favorite song from the project. What is it?
Filthy Rich. It wasn't too much. I didn't have to think too much about it. It's just about what inspires me and what makes me feel rich. And that my idea of what it means to feel rich held up against the universal idea, the typical idea of rich.
Right.
And this is, I guess, juxtaposition is the word I'm looking for between the verses, between the first and second verse of the different meanings of rich, or different perception of what it means to be truly wealthy. And the beat is just crazy.
Awesome. We'll definitely throw that on the podcast. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for doing the interview, and good luck with the release. And are you guys going to be touring, taking this thing live, or what's the deal?
Yeah,
absolutely in the plan. Yeah,
that's definitely it's actually in the plans and in the works. We want to look at first, home base. Trying to get some touring here in the U.S. and then we'll put on life jackets and we'll cross the pond and do some stuff overseas.
Awesome. What about Canada? You guys thinking of coming up here to the cold?
Definitely.
I'll do it.
Definitely. Oh man, we definitely want to do that.
Awesome.
Plus, there's a lot of dope record stores in Canada, so I gotta get dusty.
Yeah, Toronto's pretty good for that. Yeah, because I've seen Odyssey come up here a few times. Aside for as far as other mellow music group artists, I'm not sure. But anyways, that's definitely a good sign. Anyways, we'll definitely wrap it up here. Thanks a lot for doing the interview, guys.
Hey,
no problem.
Appreciate you having us, man.
Yeah. You ain't filthy rich, but know a good thing when y'all see some. See a nigga where you wanna end up. Mind made you gon' be some. But you black and male in the hood don't see a good thing coming. Gangsta rapping that crack sales. Nowadays you on street corners, trying to increase numbers. Time you hear the police running. Stack racks, you ain't try for change. Want 2 chains in that time of rain. Pop the trunk and it's popping, bumping that 2 chains where that bling swing. Brandishing a new thing and stay steady hip to new street slang. It's what you do in the street slang. Too much to lose in the hood is still the hood. Trying to act like it's all good. Something gave and them dreams change. But you can't run and you can't ball, want a rap check. Know some nigga make beats about to drop couple stacks in them tracks next. Pen and paper that feeling in you. Getting paper that real incentive. Headphones press play record. Album drop and say thank the Lord. Record dealer got signed up on it. Says time to shine, a high time is on. It's just country rap with no rhyme or reason. No kind of meaning, just grind season, yeah. It was all a dream, grind with me, going all out. Yeah, I wanna be filthy rich. Ride with me, let's ball out. What you say, get this money, man. Grip the grain, tell them keep the change. We running things, yeah, we running things. It was all a dream, grind with me, going all out. Yeah, I wanna be filthy rich. Ride with me, let's ball out. What you say, get this money, man. Grip the grain, tell them keep the change. We running things, yeah, we running things. Yeah, this King's night and we pulling up cause we blowing up. And only Kim focus showing up to make sure your pimp stroke is slow enough. Keep it so loud, I be so proud, I stay black enough. Go to school and then go to school to get a good job. Keep habits up to my side hustle, my main gig and my old gig about quit that. Pimp cup with that pinky out with that black crown, you just sip that. Back down to where to sit back. I'm back in town for a quick second. This weekend we go all out, so we pile in just to ball out. Calm down, foreign language can't help that cause we noise makers. Whip working that wheel, riding out, vibing out with that raw AS. Window tinted that caddy, catch me gold grinning like granny. Fuck a Grammy, I'm happy, feel like I'm filthy rich with my family. Cherry amber, my ring finger, I tilt the hat like I'm famous. Mississippi got strong flavor, straight flicking ashes on haters. Niggas in the hood ain't changed, drunk off a drink but no chaser. Do another set, cut another check, it's like inspiration on paper, help me out. It was all a dream, grind with me, going all out. Yeah, I wanna be filthy rich. Ride with me, let's ball out. What you say, get this money, man. Grip the grain, tell them keep the change. We running things, yeah, we running things. It was all a dream, grind with me, going all out. Yeah, I wanna be filthy rich. Ride with me, let's ball out. What you say, get this money, man. Grip the grain, tell them keep the change. We running things, yeah, we running things. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You are currently listening to Gettin Up on Sunday. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/gettinup.com. That's Gettin Up, DOTCOM.
Yeah. they ask you where the hook at, tell them we ain't got no hood. We ain't got no hood. Cause we don't want no hood. We don't want no hood. Cause we don't need no hood. We don't need no hood. So when they ask you where the hook at, tell them we ain't got no hood. We ain't got no hood. Cause we don't want no hood. We don't want no hood. Cause we don't need no hood. We don't need no hood. Yo, Mary Jane, J. Jonah Jameson rap shit. Got your Gwen Stacy doing magic tricks on my Dick Tracy. Say he violence with the stylist, graphic novel style violence. Moment of silence. Administer grit grime, Rick Grimes, Rick James with a sick rhyme. Wouldn't advise standing next to him when he devouring the rest of them. Flesh between his teeth and still likes to eat his vegetables. These niggas ain't just Blaze, obviously just braised broccoli. Cleaned the plate properly. Analog Academy alumni, never quantizing with them other guys otherwise. Others try for the #1 spot. Why? Fuck a song cry, rather make a crowd die. Cause when it's all said and done, it's only one. So until they close the curtain, sing along and have fun, yo. So when these motherfuckers ask you, tell them we ain't got no hood. We ain't got no hood. Cause we don't want no hood. We don't want no hood. Cause we don't need no hood. We don't need no hood. Said I'm cutting down studio time from writing rhymes. We ain't got no hood. We ain't got no hood. Cause we don't want no hood. We don't want no hood. Cause we don't need no hood. We don't need no hood.
Alejandro! Spit it more scary, B. Nigga tall, getting more Lipitor calories. The likable, unlikely to fight me. Sightseeing, wife beating, meeting politely. I might be the best there is at this shit here, stand clear from weird cats. Get money, we need check, Sean. Master my art, gunball DMX song. Shot by the Wesson, rock grimy, I'm not on Hot 97. Rosenberg played me at late night. I'm too old to be up late to listen to late night.
That's right.
State to state, great, relate with real dudes. Some of them nerds who got the urge to kill you. A true chief taper, play the beat, need a pen and loose leaf paper.
Keep your hands in the sky if you fly. Tell them why we ain't got no hood. We ain't got no hood. Cause we don't want no hood. We don't want no hood. Cause we don't need no hood. We don't need no hood. Till these motherfuckers cut me a check, you can bet we ain't got no hood. We ain't got no hood. Cause we don't want no hood. We don't want no hood. Cause we don't need no hood. We don't need no hood. For real, them Anunnaki cats really body bagging tracks. Still he heard your verbal skills trill. Dean say he turned the heat up, turned the beat up, but my headphones are saying murder, murder, kill, kill. Just couldn't keep it together, cuz mean as he ever was. Guilty as Simpson trying to squeeze on his leather gloves. Squeeze on his weapon snub nose against your nose. Gathering your clothes for your closed casket. Tuxedo, we dressing up. Messing up when they plug that mic in and let us in. Night fight, fight or flight with them, I never recommend. Swallowing that medicine. Pressuring, windpipes, never catch your breath again. I will now settle, let the crowd speak. Gotta stop yelling with that metal in your mouthpiece. So sit still and just try to guard your grill. Hands up in the air and sing the chorus if you will. I cannot seem to find that fuck that I gave. I hit the stage, we ain't got no hood. We ain't got no hood. Cause we don't want no hood. We don't want no hood. And we don't need no hood. We don't need no hood. When them niggas start spitting them rounds, you duck down. We ain't got no hood. We ain't got no hood. Cause we don't want no hood. We don't want no hood. We don't need no hood. We don't need no hood. Yeah.
All right, so there you have it. That was some brand new music from 7evenThirty and Gensu Dean and their collaborative project titled The Problem, which is available now on iTunes. You can go to mellowmusicgroup.com and find out more about them and the project itself. And first song that I played is called, what's it called? Filthy Rich. Second song is called Hook Heavy featuring Sean Price. But let's wrap things up with some Canadian content. We got some music from Mike Boyd. Now, I have featured his music on a previous podcast, on a previous episode, and that was back in March 25th when he released his current album, Note the Sarcasm. But anyways, I'm playing some more music by him again because he just released a music video for a song called This Ain't Funny, which features his older brother, Classified. Now, I tweeted both of them saying that I would love to see a collaborative project between both of them because they have a really good dynamic. And obviously, like, pretty much all of Mike Boyd's albums, well, both of them, have been largely produced by Classified, so there's already something there, but it would be cool to see like an official release, kind of like Boyd Brothers or something like that. Nonetheless, that's just kind of like a dream of mine. not a dream, but it'd be nice to see. Anyways, before I take off, I want to mention the fact that I am looking for a contributor, a writer, a blogger, someone who's interested in independent hip hop music, is up to date with new releases, and wants to basically contribute to Gettin Up. And it's just a position. It's kind of like a volunteering thing. It's kind of this whole thing is a passion project, which will hopefully eventually become something bigger than that. But anyways, if you're the kind of person that loves hip-hop music and is interested in blogging, then definitely hit me up at gettinup.com, at gmail.com. That's gettinup, DOTCOM, at gmail.com. But anyways, that's pretty much it. We're going to listen to this track by Mike Boyd called This Ain't Funny. And thanks again for listening. I will talk to you guys next week. Peace.
Now this ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. If you're from the east, so raise your beer glass. I'm out in the woods, follow the deer tracks, but watch out for wolves, hunters, and bear traps.
I'm sarcastic over the top, you dumb fuckers. Like Suge Knight in the game, me and Luke Blood Brothers. Go hard like butter left out of the fridge, uncovered. Take Mother Teresa to the steeple nunchucker. Mike Boyd, yes, none other. Flow tighter than you rappers wearing nut huggers. Rum chugger, blunt puffer, can I make this whole planet rock, Africa, bum butter.
I got 3 kids and a 4-wheeler. Pimpin'. I eat donuts and tortillas. Ain't nobody more realer. Class got it going on like the show's about to start. I'm trying to stay afloat up on this ocean like Noah's Ark. Welcome to the terror zone. With bitches I'm prepared to bone, show it all like Sarah Stone, but I'm chillin' here at home, and I'm a happy fellow. I hit a baritone and make my girl falsetto. Now this ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. If you're from the east, so raise your beer glass. I'm out in the woods, follow the deer tracks, but watch out for wolves, hunters, and bear traps.
West Coast,
stand up.
Where you at? Down south,
stand up.
Where you at? Up north,
stand up.
Where you at? We represent with every paragraph. My dick strong, your dick weak. My dick grown, your dick shrink. Old chicks wink when I go and sink. They go OMG for this old MC. Why shout out you? You don't shout out me. Judging books by the cover, you don't know about me. Yes, my lines be grosser than an old hoe seat, with more potency than the trees we grow out east.
Hey yo, it's time for some action like the Navy SEALs. I don't wanna hit the club though like baby seals. I grew up in the 80s when it was crazy real, when rappers never showed off with the mouth they aimed to kill. Don't be mad cause I sound a bit sarcastic. The lyricals and visuals we give a graphic. I got my backpack packed, practicing this black magic. It's half-life, bitch, but we don't ever half-ass it. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. If you're from the east, so raise your beer glass. I'm out in the woods, follow the deer tracks, but watch out for wolves, hunters, and bear traps.
West Coast,
stand up.
Where you at? Down south,
stand up.
Where you at? Up north,
stand up.
Where you at? We represent with every paragraph.
We go,
we live,
we smoke,
over the top,
we joke,
we spit,
and we go,
over the top,
we work,
we play,
and we aim,
over the top,
we think,
and we drink,
over the top.
If you ain't never been to the woods, don't ever come to the woods, cause you wouldn't understand the woods. So stay the fuck out of the woods. Don't take this too serious. Don't take this too serious. Note the sarcasm.